Welcome back to another Matt Leach golf video. Today we're in the coaching bay and we're going to be talking a little bit about the 5 fundamentals to help you play some better golf next time you go out on the course.
So hit me. So hit me.
So the 5 fundamentals of the golf game are grip, stance, ball position, alignment and posture. These 5 things take absolutely zero athletic ability to do and be good at, so every single one of you watching this video should be able to master them, and hopefully that will help your game no end. Grip is the first thing we said there. I've actually done a video on the grip, so if you check out the little link I've put in the top corner of this, you can check that out. But we want to look for a neutral grip position, so I'll just quickly go over what that is. Firstly, we want to be holding the grip in the fingers, not in the palm of the hand. And we want to wrap the top hand, for a right-handed golfer that's the left hand, over the top of the grip so we can see 2 knuckles on the top of that left hand. The right hand again is going to be right in the fingers, and we want to get that to sit on top of the club so that there's a little crease in here with your thumb and forefinger which points straight to your right shoulder. That's a nice neutral grip position, so that's somewhere to favour ideally when we're setting up. Second thing is stance. Stance is twofold. One is how wide are our feet, and then how far away are we standing from the golf ball. With an iron, I'm using a 7-iron here, what we want is to have our feet about shoulder width apart. The reason we want them shoulder width apart is because that's the distance which is going to enable us to have a nice stable base but still enable us to make lots of turn. And distance from the golf ball, this is a really good drill for you. So if you stand with your feet together and your legs nice and straight, pop the club down behind the back of the golf ball and just lean the club down so that the end, the butt of the club, sits just on the very top of your knee. That should get you standing the correct distance away for each club. Obviously, if you are going to be using a driver for this, that's going to be quite a lot longer, so it's going to make you stand further away. With a wedge of some sort, that's going to be a bit shorter, so it's going to get you standing a bit closer to the golf ball. So it's a really good way to double check that you're standing the correct distance away. So check it on your leg, and then we're going with a shoulder width apart stance with the 7-iron. Ball position, number 3. We want the ball position for a 7-iron to be right in the centre. Now I would generally say wedges 9, 8, 7 are generally all going to be played in the centre of your stance. When you move up to a 6-iron, it just creeps a smidge forward, 5-iron a smidge forward, and so on until we get to the driver, which generally we're looking to be inside the left heel. Now I put these drill sticks on the ground here to give me a really good reference point of where my ball position is. This is pretty straightforward with a 7-iron. Obviously I'm shoulder width apart, and I want to make sure that this stick here in the middle of my feet is directly between my feet. If I could see that it was closer to one foot than the other, then I know that the ball position is not quite right. So for 7-iron, we're looking for it to be right in the middle. Alignment, pretty straightforward again. We're on the driving range, we can put a stick down here to give us a guide of where we want to be aiming. It's always really important to remember though that we have 2 different kinds of alignment. The first is where the club is pointing, and the second is where the body's pointing. Now this is where a lot of amateur golfers get it wrong. What they do is they'll aim the body at the target, and that's going to mean that their club is actually aiming too far to the right of it, because it's like tram lines. If you imagine a train track is a good analogy for this. Body is the left tram line or train line, and the club face is the right train track. The most important one to aim first is always the club, because that's what's going to be hitting the golf ball. So club first, body second. It wants to be nice and parallel, and this stick here is just a nice little guide. I can reference all of that off here, and I'm aiming towards our 200-yard marker on the range, which I'm not sure you can quite see, but it's out there in the distance. So club first, body second. And the third thing is posture. So we want to have a nice athletic posture when we're swinging the golf club. What that means is we don't want to have a really rounded shoulders and straight legs. We also don't want to have super bent legs and be standing really upright, because we're not going to be very athletic in those positions. What we want is to have a gentle flex in the knees just for some stability, and then this is the fun part, this is where it always looks like you're sticking your bum out, but you're not. You're going to bend forward from your hips and try and keep that back relatively straight. A good way to check this, if you hold the head of the golf club and just place the other end on your tailbone and hold that with the other hand, you can just tilt forward from here, and that's going to get you into a good posture position with your back relatively straight. Arms should just hang nice and naturally down from your shoulders. Shouldn't feel like you're out here, shouldn't feel like you're really close into yourself, and that's where we want our posture to be. It wants to look almost as if you're about to jump, you know, just being really athletic. So, good grip, good stance, I'm a good distance away from the golf ball, my ball position's good, posture and alignment also look good, I should be ready to swing. Lovely straight golf shot, straight towards my target. Those 5 fundamentals in the golf game, as I said, don't take any real athletic ability to be good at, just take some practice. So make sure you focus on those when you go down the driving range, and I guarantee you'll play some better golf next time you go out on the golf course. Guys, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and of course don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it when you do, and I will see you again soon for another video.